I'm really starting to regret my decision to be a sailor. Of all the boats around here, I'm the one that gets stuck with a tree on my lines. It was a lot worse before I just finished taking out all the stuff that was piling over here. But I got a line that's stuck. Got a line that's stuck under here. I can't get it out. Shit, what is this? There's another line. So I'm stuck. I'm gonna try to move the boat forward a little. Here comes some more shit. What's that? Oh, fuck. I think this was a bad idea. I'm gonna try to pull forward, see if I can loosen the line. And see if I can get this tree off my boat. Well, there it goes. Off to another life that doesn't include my boat. Really started to rethink this whole sailing thing. So I always heard this thing called sea legs. You have to get your sea legs. And I think I figured out what sea legs is, or what they mean by that. So when you're on a boat, your movements have to be intentional. You can't dilly-dally or lollygag. Lolly? What I mean by that is you need to be careful when you're on the boat because there's tripping hazards everywhere. I'm just sitting here relaxing, taking a break from working. So your movements have to be intentional and careful, because with all this rain we've been having, we've been flooding the Connecticut River, and it's dangerous and the current's strong. And the other day I fell in the river. And one of the things that I have on my list to learn to do is learn how to swim. I didn't have my life jacket on. I had a 5-gallon bucket full of tools, Home Depot bucket with, oh yeah, I had Home Depot tools in there. And I fell in. I tried to save my tools, but I ended up cutting my hand. I ended up stubbing my toe. It was gross. Give you a tour of the river right now. Actually, the river looks like it's getting better. It's starting to change color. I don't have a tree stuck on the side of my boat anymore. There's still stuff floating down the river, but not as bad as it was before. This is like the first weekend that we haven't had rain. And everybody was clearing out all the debris from the back of their boat over there just this morning. So getting back to the sea legs. So when you're on a boat, especially a sailboat, you gotta be careful where the hell you step, because there's a tripping hazard there. There's a tripping hazard there. The tripping hazard there. The tripping hazard there. There's a really bad tripping hazard there. This thing sucks. I caught my toe on a couple times on there. Tripping hazard there. Narrow place. Tripping hazard. Tripping hazard. This is like a death trap for your toes. So what happened, the reason I fell in the water was because I was trying to rush, which you should never do. I filled up one side of the boat with a bunch of bags and everything. Then when I went to put the Home Depot bucket in, There was no room, so I figured, I'll just climb up the stairs with one hand on the boat and one hand on my tools. And I slipped, fell in that current, which was really strong. And I tried to save the bucket, but once it filled up with water, there was no way I was getting it out. So I let go of the bucket, cut myself, got up, jumped in the dinghy, went to recover some of the stuff that was floating that I could get to. But that was it. Tried to do some magnet fishing today to see if any of my stuff sank to the bottom and stayed there. But even putting the magnet, that's like a 2.5 pound, 3 pound magnet. I just drop it to the bottom and the current is taking it downriver. So anything that fell in here is no longer in this area. But it was worth a shot. I was really starting to rethink this whole sailing thing. But then being on it today, just relaxing and not having the stress from work and everything, it's still worth it. It's still worth it. This isn't the life for everybody, let me tell you. Especially if you're alone. Getting hurt on your boat. Imagine I was out in the ocean or something. I ended up going to the doctors because I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing. I didn't want to mess up my finger anymore. So I went to the Express Care, and they basically did the same thing I was going to do at home. They put a Band-Aid on my finger with some antibiotic ointment. Told me to keep it covered for the first day, let it air. The second day, I covered it up again because I keep hitting it and it stings. I didn't have them take a look at my foot because I didn't want them touching my foot. I think I just sprained it. It's not broken, I know that. But imagine being out in the ocean or someplace far where you couldn't get medical attention. Oh wait, they did give me a tetanus shot because I wasn't sure if I had gotten one in the last 10 years or even the last 5 years. So I did get a tetanus shot, so I guess that was worth it. It made me feel better. I'm still trying to get the boat ready. But getting back to that, imagine being out in the ocean by yourself, hurting yourself, and having to take care of what's going on here. Having to take care of yourself by yourself with no help. And if you break something or you do something where you can't sail and you got the motor everywhere, I don't know what's going on here with my camera. But anyways, you're screwed if out there. So you better be prepared. Better have a plan. Better know what you're doing. And I am none of those things right now. I can do short trips for now. My boat's not equipped for that. And that's another thing. Being a part-time sailor sucks. Because you don't get to learn everything that you need to learn. You don't get to learn everything that you need to learn. And then by the time you get to use it, you probably already forgot what the hell you learned. Like tying a bowline knot. I practiced it a whole bunch of times at home, but by the time I come to the sailboat to tie it for whatever reason, I forget. So thank God for Wi-Fi and YouTube. But I did get my sails on all by myself this year. They did something to it did something to my anchor light all the way at the top. It's not working. I haven't had a chance to fix it. I got the deck light working. The deck light is working, but now my my running light for the front, that stopped working, and I know that was working before. So I just gotta play around with the wires and figure it out. But it's a pain in the ass because I have to keep going downstairs and unhooking things and testing stuff all by myself. Leslie's no help right now because she's in a boot. But still better than being at work, that's for sure. Well, all right, guys, let me get back to work. I'll see you guys on the next video.